Welcome to the Cursed Curs. I've been pumped the second that I ordered the Shadowhunt Kill Team box, and as most people know who did pre-order it, it got delayed. It was just a couple days for me, but still it was torture. So I started another project, and that really pushed me back on actually starting the Shadowhunt Kill Team. But I'm excited to say I finally finished my Raptors. For my team, I obviously made the Chaos Lord. Then I went with the Curse Claw, the Champion, the Huntsmaster, the Sky Seer, and the Shrieker. It was some tough decisions, but I did get 2 boxes, so I will probably eventually go back and make all the alternate characters that I didn't get to. I can tell you, after receiving this box, it is heavy. As you can see there, throwing on the SKUs, I feel pretty fulfilled with how much came on it. I ended up saving a bunch of the bits to use for later projects, but you definitely have so many options that you can make just between the 5 characters. Even with all of those options, I still had to go in and look at my bits. Some of those are saved from past sets, and a lot of them have been bought. Right now I'm looking at a possible sword for my champion outside of the one that comes in the set. But there is also a lot of other great options in here. I got a couple more Nightlord heads, a couple weapons I debated using, and a couple loyalist pieces I thought might look good on the set or as trophies for my characters. The Curse Claw is the first up on the list. I didn't change too much except for replacing his giant claw with a warp talon, and also I switched one of his pauldrons to a Nightlords one. Overall, I am very happy with how he came out. I've got some saliva and blood coming out of all of the exposed skin parts, or at least the expanded parts up on the jump pack. His feet, though, I agree with everyone, seem a little bit too skinny. Do look pretty good. They're dirtied up from the ground. There's a little snow on the ground, and on some of the snow you can see blood dripping down from his mouth. It's all over his chest, on his legs a bit. Yeah, oh yeah, and some skin on his pauldron. Pretty simple. I think he came out beautifully. My one gripe might be the heads I have. I got a bit lazy and did some coloring on them, but just pretty much covered them in a bunch of blood from a blood god. But yeah, I think he came out pretty good. Very happy with how the champion came out. I think he's the best character I did. He's got Black Templar arms and swords, the Terminator Chaos Lord spikes on his back, and then he has various trophies on him, whether it hands, body parts, some skulls. He also has some Oath of Moment papers. He is just looking great. Also on the back of his jump pack, he has a stolen relic. Pretty happy about that. That was a very last minute addition to him. He's looking pretty good. He's got lightning in a good amount of areas on him, but he's not completely covered. I feel like the snow is looking pretty good. The structure, I'm a bit lazy with my bases, but I'm happy with how the bases came out. Yeah, I'm just overall very pleased with him. The helmet came out perfect. I don't know what I would have changed on him. For the Huntmaster, I did not add any conversions. I just added some green stuff. I made some skin hanging from him. Felt like it was fitting, and then I added an orc skull on the back of his jump pack. But he came out beautifully. Definitely looks like a bird of prey. Found his target, sweeping in. Very happy how the skin on the arm came out, especially the skin on the side of the leg. The orc skull I think looks pretty good. Yeah, not much to say about him. Simple but clean. I think he came out perfect. As mentioned before, I am very lazy when it comes to doing the terrain on these characters, but I think it looks pretty good for just using 3 different colors. The snow is my first time using Valhalla Blizzard, and very easy to use, and I think it looks pretty good. Looks like it's snow that's been melting out on top of this and makes the ground a little bit more muddy. This guy is my sleeper build of the bunch. I wasn't too excited to make him. I was kind of bored with the Melta, but now that he's made, I am very excited of how he came out. First, adding the barbed wire around the Melta adds quite a bit more flavor and makes him look that much more evil. You can see the orc's jaw hanging out the bottom. Got trophies hanging off of him. A couple more on the back and another skull in the jump pack. So this guy has a lot of trophies that he's proud of going on. And he's got some skin on him as well. More of a classic Nightlord helmet, which looks great. And some skin on his arm. Definitely looks ready for action. Yeah, nothing more to say about him. I really like how he came out. I think he looks great. The Shrieker, I think, is the most boring of the bunch. I didn't really want to make him, but I do want to get into kill team, so I wanted the Shrieker be part of my kill team. But I just think he's boring, doesn't have much going for him compared to the rest. With that being said, I think he came out great. The skull, you see a bunch of flesh hanging out on him. And, yeah, not much to say. I think he came out looking pretty good. I just think out of the bunch, he's the most boring. And right choice or wrong choice, I decided to keep with that. I didn't put any lightning on him. I wanted to keep him pretty simple since he is kind of a more simple looking character. I forgot to take a video of him before, so I have him primed up for this start to show how he looked just getting built. I like the Chaos Lord. I think he's a pretty good looking figure, and adding on the Nightlords, like the Nightlord character, not even helmet but mask to him, had a huge impact, and I think it's very fitting. There's a bunch of cloth hanging off of him, which is easy. You just paint it fleshy and it makes him look very Nightlordy doing that alone. He's already has a jump pack with a bunch of skulls. Very chaosy, but easy to transform into a Nightlord. Also, his left pauldron is another added bit to him. It is a bat. Very happy how he came out, just like the rest. And again, very lazy with terrain. I'm not a fan of doing it, but adding in a couple pieces of wood and just painting it on added a little bit of texture to it all, and I think it helped bring him all together. My one change is I would like to make him more pale. I may go back and make him more pale or just leave it as is and note that for the future. Overall, extremely happy with this set. As mentioned before in past videos, I wish they would have come with more, I guess, Nightlordy looking equipment. I know that they're just basic Chaos Raptors, but they were shown as being Nightlords, so I would have liked a little bit more to go with that, even if it was just pauldrons. I have another set, so I do plan on making the Predator, I think what it's called. But I also want to make a group of Warp Talons, and I plan to mix in all the stuff of the Curse Claw into the Warp Talons since they are messed up by the warp, and I think that would have a great impact on them. I guess just like aesthetically.